Hi, I'm Jill Gilliamball. I am an infant and early childhood mental health consultant. I work for the Children's Resource Center in Bowling Green, Ohio. I wanted to come back today to share a little bit about our infants and toddlers and just to discuss the importance of using an even tone of voice when interacting with them. When we're calm and we're positive and gentle and using that even tone of voice, we're going to build trust with our infants and toddlers. In turn, this is going to foster a positive relationship between our infant and toddler and ourselves. We know that this positive relationship is the absolute foundation for our child's current and future social and emotional wellness. Having said that, I also have to recognize that um, infants and toddlers can be challenging. Whether our baby has decided they don't need to sleep anymore, or our toddler is throwing hourly temper tantrums, whatever that may be, we do have to recognize that none of us are perfect and there are going to be challenging moments. There are a couple ways that can help us to empathize with infants and toddlers in these situations. And the first that I find helpful is to understand just a little bit about the brain. And we know that our infants are born with half of their limbic system in their brain, which means they have the full capacity to feel a wider range of those big feelings, sometimes those really hard feelings that can be hard for us as adults to cope with at all times. We know that they're born with the capacity to feel all of those things, but we also know that they don't yet have the ability to recognize what that is and cope with that in a healthy way. So that's the first thing that helps me to really be able to empathize and really try to remain calm and use my even tone of voice when interacting with them. The next thing is just to recognize that infants and toddlers are co-regulators, which means they're relying on us to be the calm for them. Our kiddos are never going to be more calm than we are. We have to help regulate those big feelings and emotions. One of my favorite quotes here is, when little people are overwhelmed by big emotions, it's our job to share our calm, not to join their chaos. So that's kind of exactly what we're talking about here. We have to remain calm, and it's so important to build that relationship with our kiddo by using that even tone of voice. And I think the third thing to point out that is really helpful when we're trying to remember this is, our kids, no matter how old they are, from such a young age, are soaking in everything that we're doing, saying, our interactions with other people. You can see that every day when you watch children. My daughter acts just like me. She would not be impressed to hear that, but she does. That can be good and bad depending on the day, because again, none of us are perfect. But the last is just modeling. If we want our child to someday grow up to be able to say something like, "I'm mad you took my toy," that can be firm, but also use that even tone of voice and convey a message. We have to be able to do that ourselves. So we have to find ways within ourselves to take care of ourselves and cope with our own big feelings, so we can keep the even keel. um, we know that it's our job to keep our kiddos safe, and that includes making them feel safe on an emotional level. We know that early experiences matter. We know that our early experiences can actually change the architecture of our brain, which is pretty powerful. So please, whatever you do, set the kiddos in your care up for success by using that even tone of voice and remaining calm and gentle and loving in your interactions with them. I do have some resources here, a couple of websites with some really good information. Also, my contact information. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.